Sister, look at all these creeps and pedophiles and molesters and rapists. They're going to be out here staring at your body because you're wearing idol clothing that shows everything you're working with.
Right.
You see the madness behind it? That's the sin. That's why God said don't do it.
That's right.
Because now you're going to have men out here lusting, and now the whole place is in sin.
Right.
You see that? So that's what all women shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't be wearing pants. They shouldn't be walking around with tight-fitting clothes. Because that's what our women like to do. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So it says, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Why?
For all that do so are abomination.
So you hear that, Sister Karen? All that do that thing, it's an abomination to God.
That's
It's
right.
disgusting in his eyes. So that's why we out here. We are to teach our people, thus saith the Lord, because they're not getting it in these Christian churches.
That's right.
They're not getting it by watching TD Jakes, Cliff Flow Dollar. All he wants is your money. We're not out here for that. We're out here for your soul.
That's right.
We're out here to teach you God's laws and repentance according to the Bible.
That's right.
You understand, Sister Karen? You got that flyer? All right, you have any questions for me? All right, read that flyer, sis. All right, read them again, bro.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So God says there shouldn't be any cross-dressing in the Israelite community.
Yeah,
The blacks in the Spanish community shouldn't be cross-dressing.
Right.
That's disgusting to God. Now go back to where I had you in Romans. Because our people are still asleep. Our people are still asleep. They don't care. But we're out here to show you who you are according to the Bible. Read.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
It's high time to awake out of sleep. Look at the times that we're in. Time is short. We cannot be out here playing games. Our people want to party and drink and get drunk and get high. It's not the time for that. We gotta watch the times that we're in. This could be your last shot. You have to repent according to God. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It's near that you believe. You must awake to God's laws. Now give me 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 34. What must we waking up to? Sis right there. Let me ask you a question real quick. Just come on real quick. I want to ask you a question, sis. Real quick. Come talk to your brother, sis. I want to ask you a question. Alright? We out here reading the Bible. You read the Bible? You believe in the Bible? Alright, so listen to what God says right here. Read this right here.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Awake to righteousness.
Sis, you hear the Bible? It says awake to righteousness. Let me ask you, how long have you been going to church? Huh? A long time. What is righteousness according to the Bible? Huh? I've never heard of it.
It's how you live.
How you live? So live according to what? According to what the society says in the Bible. Okay, so give me Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Let's see what the righteousness is. What we must live by. Hold on real quick, sis, before we go. I want you to hear this. Alright? Go ahead and read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
So it shall be our righteousness. Read.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
So that's the only way you're going to be righteous. If you're living by God's commandments.
That's right.
Not by living a good life and what society says or considers to be good.
Right.
You must be living by God's laws. Ain't that right, sis? We should be living by God's laws, right? You agree with that? Right, so how do we do that? That's the question. How do we live righteously? Huh? Come on here. Because you're absolutely right. Through Christ. How? Yes. Because, huh? So we must believe, right? Okay. Let me, I'm going to show you. Because, let me ask you a nationality. What's your nationality? What do they call you today? What is your nationality? You're Hispanic, right? So, I'm asking you, what specifically? Like, you're Spanish, Mexican, Salvadorian, huh? Spanish, that's a language. So what country? American? You're a Mexican American? Okay, let me ask you something. So you said we must believe, right? According to the Bible, you're an Israelite. I'm going to show you how we believe. I'm going to show you what's required of you according to God. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So the Bible's asking, what's required of us, right? What's required of us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the biblical Israelites in the Bible? Right? This is what I'm showing you. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So we must fear God. How do we fear God? Forever sing? Okay. What else? What do we fear? What is the fear? Because I know you heard that before. I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm a God-fearing man. But what does that really mean? Well, people just say it because they just like to say whatever. But what does it actually mean? We're going to show you. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways.
Walk in his ways, read.
And to love him.
And to what?
Love him.
That's what you're saying, right?
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So that's how we love God. That's how we love Christ. We have to keep the commandments. Let me show you real quick. Go to John 15, 14, 15. I'm going to show you what Christ said out of his mouth. Because you said we must love Christ, right? So let's see how we do that. All right, real quick. Hey.
John chapter 14, verse 15.
Bring it out.
If ye love me,
So Christ says, if you love me, right? Read.
keep my commandments.
So we must be keeping God's commandments.
Yes.
So, I didn't get your name, by the way, sis. I'm sorry. What's your name? I didn't catch your name. Huh? Rosine? Okay, Rosine. It says, keep his commandments if you love Christ. So, Rosine, what are some of God's commandments? Huh? He only love two. What does that mean? What are the two?
Love your neighbor, love your God, and love your neighbor as yourself.
Right, love your neighbor as yourself, right? Which is keeping God's commandments. Where did Christ get that from? Did he make those up? From the Old Testament. So, does the Old Testament still apply? Yes! We must be keeping the Old Testament. Nothing changed. Only thing changed is that he took away animal sacrifice. Because Christ is now our sacrifice.
That's right.
Right? That's why we don't do it today. But we must keep the commandments in the faith of Christ. And Christ said, keep the commandments. It's that simple. So, what are some of the commandments that our people can be doing, but they're not being taught in church? So that's why we're out here. We're here to help our people. Because they're not being taught the commandments in church.
Bring it out.
We're here to teach our people, thus saith the Lord. So, it says, if you love me, keep my commandments. So what are God's commandments? Let's get it. Good. We're back to Deuteronomy. We're going to keep it very basic. We're not going to go nothing hard. It's easy to understand. All right? Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So, Rosie, it says a woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Right? Yeah, you see your mother growing up, right? What did she always wear back in the day? Going to church. Your grandmother, your mom, what do they wear? Dresses. Dresses, right? It says a woman should not wear that which pertaineth to a man. So if women wear dresses, what are women shouldn't be? What women shouldn't be wearing that they wear today? Women's clothing? All right, so I'm talking about the women though. Yeah, women's supposed to wear women's clothing. So what do women wear today that they shouldn't be wearing, that they do wear? Men's clothing, okay, I'm going to give it to you. Pants. Pants. Shorts. There's no such thing as women's pants, Rosine. There's only dresses and skirts for women. So God said out of his own mouth, out of his Bible, he said this. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So it's the same thing for the man. A man shouldn't be walking around wearing a dress.
Counts were not in the Old Testament. Men's tunics. So
Huh?
Should you all be in tunics?
No. I'm going to show you. Get that in Exodus. I'm going to show you that men wore pants back then. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm going to show you that we wore pants. That we wore pants. You heard the pictures? Okay, let's see if that's in the Bible.
Underneath it.
But the point is what? We wore pants. We wore pants. It goes for the men as well. A man shouldn't be wearing a skirt, dress, panties, bras. It goes both ways. That's what I'm showing you. So you're not wrong. I'm going to show you that women wore dresses, men wore pants. That was in the Bible. That's how God set it up. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with them.
So this is pertaining to the men, Aaron's sons. Huh? But the point is that they're men. They're men. That's the point. Sis. But the point is, it goes for all men. It goes for all men. That's the point. That's what the point I want you to get. Oh, okay. Let me read this and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that it's not hard for you to wear a dress. Hold on. Read this. Finish this up. I got you.
And shalt anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness. From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
So those are pants. Those are pants. Now, give me Zephaniah 1 and 8. So, if you wear something outside of what God's apparel is, his dress code, no, you're not going to be saved. That's the answer.
That's right.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to say it in my mouth because we're not out here to condemn no one. We're out here to show you. Because look, we was on the same side. We didn't know anything. We had to be taught as well.
Right.
So read this real quick.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
So in the day of the Lord's sacrifice, that's when Christ makes his return. When he returns, he's not coming in rainbows and puppies. He's coming to wreak havoc. He's going to revenge all the people that sinned against him. He's coming as a judge. Correct. Read.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children.
So the princes and the king's children are the men and women of Israel.
Right.
The men and women of Israel. Read.
And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Clothed in what?
Strange apparel.
So men in dresses is strange apparel. Women in pants is strange apparel.
Right.
Thus saith the Lord. He said he's going to punish them. It's not my word, sis. All I can do is give you the message.
That's symbolic. That's symbolic.
Huh?
That's symbolic in the blood of Christ. Just like the groom at the
Sis, what does that
So
mean?
who's not in the wedding apparel?
Sis, if you want to be if you want to be part of the wedding, you have to apply this. You must. Huh?
We are saved only
How?
by grace through faith in Christ
Okay,
Jesus.
go back to that in John. Go back to that in John. We can't go back. We gotta go back because you lost the point. You lost the point, sis. I want you to hear this because Christ said it out of his own mouth. We can't go by what the pastor says. Let's go by what the Bible says. How about that? So let's see what the Bible says, sis. If I read this, you're gonna agree? Let's read it.
John chapter 14 verse 15. If ye love me.
So read it again for my sis.
If ye love me.
It's a stipulation. It says if. If is a conditional word. It's either you're going to do it or you're not. If
you love me.
If you love Christ. That's what. So I want everybody to hear so there's no confusion. If you love Christ.
Keep my commandments.
One more time.
Keep my commandments.
So Zephaniah 1 and 8 is a commandment, sis, that we're trying to teach our people because our people have been destroyed. We've been taught completely wrong. So now the prophets of God are out here to teach them properly. Guess what? Love you, just like you said earlier, love your neighbor as yourself. This is love. I don't want to see any of my people die when Christ returns.
Right.
Because he's not coming back after grace is up. It's a wrap.
That's right.
He's not going to say, oh, if ands or buts. Is he going to kill us if we're not keeping the commandments?
That's right.
You understand, sis?
I can grasp the way you say I should be when you're saying.
No, sis. I want to make this clear.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You're saying.
No, I'm not saying. I'm listening to what the Bible. I'm going by with the Bible.
So I can dress according to this and hate my neighbor in my heart. And
If
I'm
you hate your neighbor and dress properly, you're still going to get that. What we're saying is, if you love your neighbor as yourself, you will keep the commandments. You have to keep the commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.